Freezing commodity prices as an approach to reducing the cost of living is the government's flagship strategy. But more often than not, this well-meaning intention is pursued at the expense of domestic farmers and manufacturers. From rice to sugar, from eggs to pork, the Commerce Ministry controls the prices of items on a list of 42 consumer products and services, including cooking palm oil. In an effort to maintain the current retail price of cooking palm oil at 42 baht per 1 liter bottle, the government has imported 10,000 of crude palm oil at 31 baht per kilogram from Malaysia, which is now being discharged from the fleet behind me. However, questions remain as to why the government continues to press ahead with its importation when Thailand faces no shortage in crude palm oil, and in fact, it is even a net exporter. Since the start of the year, Thailand's CPO reserves have been well above the safety net of 150,000 tons. As a net exporter, we sold over 330 million kilograms of CPO, worth almost 10 billion baht, to the rest of the world in 2011. Additionally, the domestic price of crude palm oil is closely tied to the world price set by large CPO exporters like Malaysia, leaving no room for the government to find cheaper CPO from abroad. Even more intriguing is the fact that the average pre-sale price of Malaysian crude palm oil in the month of May stands at 34 baht 50 satang per kilogram, or 3.5 baht more expensive than the price the government claims they paid for the imported palm oil. So how did the government manage to purchase and import refined, bleached and deodorized or RBD palm oil at 31 baht per kilogram?
No one knows if the imported RBD palm oil was actually purchased at 31 baht a kilogram or where it was actually imported from, even though the current price of crude palm oil is declining due to the impact of the ongoing Eurozone debt crisis and the weakening of the world crude oil prices. The CPO is still being traded at 34 baht per kilogram. Therefore, importing RBD palm oil at only 31 baht per kilogram isn't technically possible. The government's decision to import a total of 40,000 tons of palm oil came at the beginning of the year, following a call from the Thai Oil and Palm Oil Association to raise the retail price of cooking palm oil from 42 to 50 baht per 1 liter bottle. The association explained that palm oil operators could not afford to sell at such a low retail price, when, in actuality, the average price of CPO is around 35 baht per kilogram. For a 1 liter bottle of cooking palm oil to be realistically sold at 42 baht, the CPO has to cost, at most, 27 baht per kg, or about 7 baht lower than the current price. With the first 10,000 tons of palm oil already imported and distributed to refineries, the government may think the problem of rising cooking palm oil prices is solved and consumers benefit. The fate of hundreds of thousands of oil palm farmers is now hanging in the air.
By importing palm oil, the government is passing the burden to Thai farmers, who face a direct impact, as the cheap importation keeps driving down the price of oil palm fruit. The price of oil palm fruit in Chumphon province, for example, is currently just 5 baht 15 stang per kilogram, down from 6 baht last month. When you add into the argument the newly proposed tax of 10 baht per kilogram on CPO exports, and the bumper harvest of oil palm fruit this season, the price of oil palm fruit may be driven down even further to 4 or even 3 baht over the next 4 weeks.
So, what should the government have done differently? The two palm oil experts say that as the fuss is over the price of palm oil, the government should adjust the cost structure. In the short term, the government can choose to help consumers by eliminating the VAT of 7% on cooking palm oil, or compensate the refineries for the additional cost of CPO they are paying in order to maintain the retail price required by the government. Still, probably the best solution is to leave the price of palm oil to market forces, so that it reflects the world market price and adapts to seasonality. This is Bundit Gat Bundit, Thai PBS.